We experience life through emotions and feelings. And these are directly related. These feelings and emotions emerge through success and failures. There is no life which is a completely successful life, and there is no failure which has no success in it. All those who have been successful have tasted their fair bit of failures. It could be more than the success. And all those who have failed have also experienced some sense of success. The only difference between these two is somewhere someone called it quits. Someone just laid down their arms. Someone surrendered to the circumstances or even the situation. And few did not. Failure in context of life is not a full stop. It's a space which is undesirable. It's a space which has stopped you from going further. Now, further is where you want it to be. So it simply means that you were not in the right path when it comes to actions and pursuance. You could have the right idea, but you are not in the right path. That is when you hit a roadblock, and that roadblock could be a big one or a small one. Now, when you call it quits at that point in time, that is when failure becomes active and you become inactive. And when you accumulate these failures in life, all you would have is regret. And you give up in life. And then you let yourself free for the winds to take wherever they want to, and whatever experience you get, because it's out of your control, is not good. And most of us live our lives like this. So what is failure? So failure is a place which makes you realize that you are not getting what you want to at that point in time. So you might be short of resources, you might be short of information, or your approach would be wrong completely. But for you to give up, now that is a sense of failure. For you to put your arms down, that's where you call it defeat. But do you have to? Now that is the question. Why do you want to give up? Is there a time frame for you? You have a task at hand, you have something you want to achieve in, you have a bigger goal. You do have some kind of a timeline, you have some kind of an idea how to get there. But you know everything is expandable, everything can be reworked. So it's not that you just have one opportunity in life. You create more and more opportunities. Now look at a sportsman. How many people you know have become number one in what they're doing at their first go? Hardly any. They all moved up the ladder, they moved up the paces by seeing that what could be improved within them, or make use of the circumstances, make use of what talent they have, better it. Many fell down, most of them did. Most of us do. The only thing which led them to their success, led them to the place of their aspiration, is their continuous grit, their pursuance of not giving it up. And that should be the focus of life, and that should be the focus of 2021, the year of the bold and the grit. This will be the core essence all the way through. Life is all about meeting challenges and taking charge of the situation, succeeding in what you have to. Failure is just a diversion, and it is not a diversion which is wrong. It tells you that your idea of pursuing, the way you are acting is not right. That's all it does. But when you give it up and when you say, okay, I'm done, you're done. So why would you want to give up? It's your idea, it's your aspiration, it's your happiness, it's your pursuit of success. You can't blame people that somebody put me down. You can't blame circumstances. They all will keep changing. The only thing you have control is you. All you have to do, stay put, stay the course. The more you stay the course, you are getting closer to your aspirations or whatever that success you're looking for or you're wanting to have. The time you give up, you're done. Till the time you don't, you are in pursuit. You could be going in many directions. You could go around circles and circles and circles, but still, as long as you're still going around, you will find your way. So every time you're going around, there must be some obstacle which is telling you this is not right. So you don't give up at that point in time. You sit back, course correct, understand, maybe get more guidance, more resources. Take your time, but don't let the big picture get out of you. Don't let your focus stay away from you. Make sure that you are in line with what you want to achieve. All you have to do is stay put, stay the course. The perseverance. It will be hard. We're all human beings. We go through emotions, we go through all kind of negativities when things don't happen the way they're supposed to. If they're not happening the way they're supposed to, if you're not experiencing the things you want to, it simply means that you are on the wrong direction or you don't have the wherewithal. So, get your direction right, get your wherewithal. Then there is no failure. It's like a boxer, a fighter, or anybody in life who's not willing to give up. You will succeed. If you don't give up, that is the mantra of successful people. If you think people are successful because they do the right things all the time, they don't. They could be doing worse than what you were at that point in time. But the only thing which kept them going was their perseverance and the grit and the focus on the big picture, which they never wanted to let go. They know they're going to reach it. So they did everything what it takes to be there, to learn more, to have more people, to have more networking, to have more resources, to understand better, to develop product and services, anything which makes that situation better than where it is, but in line of your goal. Your mental capacity, your mental aptitude has to be in the direction of correcting, not giving up. Every time you go wrong, every time you feel a sense of failure, you have to dissect and understand why. Not let go of the entire idea itself. That's what most of us do. Every time we take a beating, we give up. And we start something new. And again, the first instance of failure, we give up. Again, we start something else. Now do this for a couple of times. See what happens to your mentality. See what happens to your personality, your creativity. It's all down the gutters. And you will bury it yourself for the satisfaction that you are a failure. Now that's an odd satisfaction which most of us do. We go through life like this. But every time we fail, have we ever thought that failure is nothing but correction? And then we reverse work on what we have to do. Then go forward. See any number one player in the world, see any successful businessman in the world, or an entrepreneur, or somebody who is even an operations person, or a blue-collar person. All of us face challenges. That's what life is all about. Life is very dynamic. The world is dynamic. The people are dynamic. All of us think differently. We might think alike on a large spectrum, but when it comes to the micro levels, we all think differently. We have our own wants. So what keeps us going is a grit. What keeps us going is a boldness not to give up. That we will, even though we took a hit, we are bold enough to stand up. And we have the grit to take it further up. Again, we get beat. We get down. We are bold enough to stand up. And again, there is this grit which says, no, you need to keep marching on. That is how we should live life. And that is how successful people have become who they are. And that is how success is attained and contained within you. Nothing succeeds like success. Mark my words. For that, you have to have the mindset of a person who is willing to learn all the time. You have no enemies. Know this. You will never have enemies. A successful people or successful person never have enemies. They have deterrents. They have challenges. But they don't fixate themselves on certain issues and people. They raise above that. They only fixate on themselves, their capacities, their capabilities, and their inner strength. No man is most powerful. No situation is all endowing. Everything changes. Make use of your strength. Develop it more. As human beings, we have the fantastic superpower of consciousness. And that helps us realize, understand, emote, feel, and enjoy. And with all this, success is imminent. So for us to be successful, for us to make sure that this year is the year which is going to become the most important year of our lives, this is the year which is going to be the stepping stone towards better things in life, better health, better wealth, better level of mental aptitude, better level of communications, better brotherhood, better livelihood for all. For all that, know this: there is no failure, there is no defeat. It is only active when you give up. When you give up and when you say, I'm done. And you are a human being with unlimited opportunities. You are a human being with a great consciousness. You are a human being with amazing resources. We are on the top of the food chain as we know it. We can never give up. And we should never give up. We are, in the sense of evolution itself, are a success story. Let's keep this going forward in the year of the bold and the great. I'm Raj Khan, and this is my enterprise.